Hello, welcome, and thank you for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Mansing. The VI is under a tropical storm warning, and officials are closely monitoring the system. VITEMA activated its Emergency Operations Center Friday and met with agency heads to plan for the storm. Although they don't expect more than a lot of rain, VITEMA is still urging residents to prepare for anything. News 2's Erica Parsons has the story.
Emergency management officials are in preparation mode, carefully tracking the path of Tropical Storm Bertha. The storm is expected to make landfall Saturday morning. Officials say there'll be plenty of heavy rainfall along with gusting winds.
There's still some uncertainty in terms of the entire system, but as the information that we are receiving right now, we will have a great deal of rainfall, anywhere between 3 to 5 inches of rain and sustained winds up to about 50 miles an hour.
Today, VITEMA activated its Emergency Operations Center. Agency heads received updates on the storm. They also gave their department's level of readiness. As of right now, elections officials don't have any plans to change tomorrow's primary. That could all change if the weather gets worse.
The joint boards, along with the supervisor of elections, they have emergency powers pursuant to Title 18, Section 47. And basically, there's also a policy around if there's a situation where they would have to postpone the election and select a new date. But as of right now, we are moving forward. We've already mobilized the voting machines.
VITEMA officials say residents should still be prepared for anything. Secure your homes and clear yards of loose debris that could take flight. Fuel your vehicles and have adequate supplies of necessary medicines.
A portable flashlight and battery, hand crank radio, so you can stay in tune to any information that's being available. Included in that too is, of course, water.
The primary election will proceed as planned, but if there are changes, elections officials will advise.
We always encourage everyone to always go to our website at vivote.gov. You can also call us.
Take these advisories serious, no matter how simple they might think it is. Lives and property is at stake here.
Erica Parsons, News 2.
Most of the rain should subside by Sunday. Vitran will be operating special Saturday service on all 3 islands for tomorrow's election. The fixed route bus service will operate from 5:45 a.m. until 8:30 p.m. ADA paratransit service won't be affected. And of course, in the event of any storm, residents should listen to the radio for any weather updates. The local utilities have activated their emergency plans. WAPA employees stand ready to assist with restoring power if the territory is severely affected by Tropical Storm Bertha. WAPA officials say they also have enough fuel and water to serve all customers. Innovative reminds its customers to avoid moving or cutting any down lines on or near the property in case those power or telephone lines are still active. They say to call to report any outages in the neighborhood. Officials say the telephone service usually survives storm activity. For EVO customers, the telephone's backup battery will provide 6 hours of talk time. Officials say to use the phone on an as-needed basis. Well, due to the weather concerns, the Carnival Liberty will arrive on St. Thomas on Monday, August 4th. The West Indian Company announced that today. The Carnival Liberty will arrive at 10 a.m. and depart for St. Martin at 8 p.m. On Monday, Carnival Cruise Lines alerted Waiko to the change late Friday afternoon. Now, the Jewel of the Seas is expected to arrive on Sunday at 8 a.m. and depart at 5 p.m. The Carnival Valor is expected to be in port on Monday at 7 a.m., departing 5 p.m. Well, boaters should not remain on board their vessels during a storm. DPNR, however, is reminding all boaters to make necessary preparations for Tropical Storm Bertha and advising boaters to relocate to the following safe havens in the St. Thomas St. John district: Benner Bay, Mandel Pond, Flamingo Bay, and Hurricane Hole, which is under the jurisdiction of the National Park Service. Boaters must coordinate with the NPS on St. John. In the St. Croix district, it's Salt River. Now, initial entry into the havens will be on a first-come, first-served basis. Boaters will return to regular moorings once a new bulletin is issued. No vessels are allowed at Crow's Lagoon or its channel on St. Croix. The Department of Human Services has an update for clients of the cash assistance programs, TANF, adult, blind, and disabled. Benefits have been made available at noon today for those who bank with Banco Popular, of which 95% of clients are customers. Clients who utilize other financial institutions, they say, will have access to their benefits by noon on Saturday, August 2nd. An oversight by Human Services on July 31st caused an interruption of the electronic means of communication between the financier and DHS to make those funds available. Staff and management worked quickly to resolve the problem. Senator Kenneth Gittens said his office received many calls.
Their concerns were indeed valid, as the territory has been advised to prepare for the pending storm Bertha. I immediately contacted Commissioner Finch of the Department of Human Services, and he advised me and assured me that he was addressing the matter. I am hopeful and prayerful that all the funds will be received by all the recipients in order for them to prepare for this pending storm.
And in other news, with the voting machines having been the subject of controversy in the 2012 elections, St. Thomas St. John District voters flocked to the election offices Thursday for the testing of the new electronic voting machines. Were they satisfied with the results? News2's April Knight has that story.
A crowd of more than 50 people packed the election system offices on St. Thomas Thursday night, all of them eager to see every step of the testing process of the new electronic voting machines.
Test them to make sure as to the accuracy of each and every vote that can possibly be cast.
4 district board members inserted a total of 128 paper ballots into the new DS200s, responded to automatic prompts, and watched as the ballots dropped into the boxes below. The crowd had a lot of concerns,
Asking a proper question.
but for the most part seemed satisfied with what they saw during the long hours of testing.
Very impressive. The process is very easy. There's so many different avenues that you can check for any mishaps.
Yes, we had plastic boxes last time. They wasn't locked. Now we have containers that are locked. Their keys. There's more security, and I think that people have to be confident in the vote.
It's 9 p.m. on Thursday. We're 3 hours into the testing of the machines. Most of the onlookers have already gone home, with only a few dedicated ones left behind. And all 4 of the board members are still in there testing each one of those 22 machines, making sure they're ready for Saturday's primaries. The testing was done by about 10 p.m. and a certified technician sealed the machines. They're under lock and key until the morning of the primaries, according to the board. As for chances of the machines being tampered with,
Everything is a possibility. There's a possibility me and you can drop down as we walk out that door today. The probability of those things are happening, little or none.
reporting for News 2, I'm April Knight.
News2 has been contacted by Atura Watlington of the St. Thomas St. John Board, who said there are talks of possibly postponing the primaries because of Tropical Storm Bertha. A final decision could be made by 3 a.m. Saturday. For now, be prepared to go and cast your votes on Saturday, but also make sure you tune in to your early morning radio shows for any updates. St. Croix's Democratic Party will be providing free rides for anyone who wants to vote in Saturday's primary election, as we reported earlier. The group is working with local taxi drivers to offer pickup and drop-off service. District Chair Brad Nugent said the group decided to provide free transportation after concerns raised by residents about the limited number of polling places. Nugent said their group is eliminating any excuses for people to stay home. The 5 polling places open on St. Croix for Saturday's primary are Juanita Gardine, Ricardo Richards, Educational Complex, Alexander Henderson, and Pearl B. Larson. On St. Thomas, it's at Tutu Park Mall, Charlotte Amalie High, Gladys Abraham, Adelita Cancrine, and Joseph Sibley. Those are the open polling sites. Julia Sprouse School is on the polling site on St. John. The polls will open from 7 a.m. and close at 7 p.m. Keeping our eye on the economy, some labor numbers are out, and it reveals U.S. job growth slowed down in July. The The Labor Department says employers added 209,000 jobs last month. That's lower than Wall Street expected. And the unemployment rate rose from 6.1 to 6.2%. Here's a look at the New York Stock Exchange with our Stock Market Watch. The Dow, Nasdaq, S&P all down. The Dow 69, Nasdaq 17, S&P 5. Coming up on News 2, the latest on Tropical Storm Bertha. We are tracking the tropics. Plus, in our Summer Fun segment, we will take you to that place that is known as the easternmost point of the United States, named from former Secretary of the Interior, Stuart Udall. This is a tranquil point that has the most beautiful view. It's time for some summer fun. Now, the easternmost point of the United States, named for former Secretary of the Interior, Stuart Udall. This is a tranquil point. It has beautiful sea vistas. The site of first, it was where national television showed the sun first rising on American soil for the anniversary of the bicentennial. Now part of the recently created St. Croix East End Marine Park, marked by a concrete sculpture. It is a fun drive, and the point offers nice views of Buck Island and the east side. Special ceremonies were held at Point Udall at the beginning of the millennium as the sun rose on the first day of 2000 on the easternmost point of American soils in the Western Hemisphere. Bill Rich designed the monument. The area is nice to sit and take in the wonders of the Caribbean Sea. Well, as we reported, the Governor's Technology Summer Initiative ended this week with 2 expos on St. Thomas and St. Croix to showcase the work that the students had done in computer and internet-related technology. Through these first ever tech camps, students have the opportunities to learn basic program and app creation, as well as web and game design, photography, robotics, and graphic arts from instructors who were all local business owners and staff.
And your choice 2 is equal to scissors.
I see, then you
returns into rock wins.
Now, had you done this before? Coding?
First time, actually.
That's what I meant. So this is the first time you did coding? And you know that well? You really got into it, huh?
5 weeks.
5 weeks. Okay.
Governor John DeYoung Jr. had the opportunity to hear firsthand how much these students learned over the summer during this expo.
I like robotics. We use Lego pieces.
It takes how to use a variable choice, user's choice.
First, I had to draw out my avatar, and then I had to learn how to make the shapes. The first shape I learned how to make.
Governor DeYoung's Technology Exploration Summer Initiative camps began around June 23rd at the Boys and Girls Club on St. Croix and at the Julius Sprouse School on St. John and the Joseph Gomez and Lockhart Elementary Schools.
The computer will pick paper. But anything else than that, the computer will pick scissors.
At the expos held on St. Croix Tuesday and on St. Thomas Wednesday, students had the opportunity to discuss their creations and made some brief presentations about their experience attending the camps.
Several years ago, when I say we, I really mean the First Lady, Department of Education, came up with the idea that what we needed to do was figure out ways that we could engage our children throughout the summer. And then just the other day, I sat down with the U.S. Department of Commerce, and they said to me that the fastest growing jobs in the Virgin Islands right now are those related to scientific technology jobs.
This initiative was developed in conjunction with Education's 21st Century Community Learning Center Grant Program.
If it wasn't for the instructors and for the 21st Century Program, we wouldn't have a chance to do this. And I really compliment you for doing it and putting it together and giving us the time and the opportunity to have the vehicle to do it.
Congratulations to all the students. Local radio personality Abdul Ali has been named a Distinguished Toastmaster by Toastmasters International. It's the highest honor that any member can earn, and Ali is the only one in the VI to receive the distinction.
It's been very exciting indeed, and I certainly want to continue. 20 plus years in it is pretty good. It's not a fly-by-night sort of effort. And at the same time, I really learn about public speaking. and learn things like table topics, which is impromptu speaking. I know that anywhere I go and whatever I do in life, Toastmasters training and growth and development programs is always going to be very helpful to me. Now we meet here, our club is St. Croix Toastmasters Club 933, and we meet every first and third Monday of each month at the Juan Louis Hospital.
And congrats to Abdul Ali. Be sure to stick around. The latest on the weather coming up next.